All right, team, day 2 here on electrical on our shop project, but I need a few things from the electrical department. Why don't y'all ride on over to Lowe's with me and we'll get what we need. Woo, gonna be a hot one. All right, first thing on my list, 8 by 3/4 hex head sheet metal screws. Boom. All right, next on my list, electrical. 1/2 inch EMT set screw connectors. Boom. Right there, got those. A 4-inch drawn metal box. Here we go. Right there, nice. And next, next 2 octagonal boxes for the pendants with a mounting strap. Here we go, gang. All right, headed to checkout. All right, I'm back from the store, and I think what I want to do to begin this work day is to finish the rough wiring and the ceiling. So here's what I picked up. I got some octagonal boxes with a strap on them. I'm gonna mount one right here above this vanity and one over there above that vanity. Now our vanities are gonna be 36 inches wide. I want the light centered on the sink, so I'm gonna put the center of the box, 18 inches from the stud, and then when my countertop guys get here, if it's not exactly 18, if it's 18 3/4, 17 1/4, whatever, we can adjust the sink and make it perfect. So let me grab the screw gun, some screws. We'll mount the boxes first. Then all we gotta do, run our switch leg right here to this box. We'll come out of it, pick up the other one. All right, both boxes are mounted, and here's my switch leg. So I'm gonna come across here on this floor joist. I'm gonna come around, and I'm gonna go in this knockout on this box. And I'm gonna come out of this knockout. Already got the hole drilled in my block. We'll pick up the other box. So when you turn on the dimmer, they both come on at once. All right, that went super fast, and it really helps me because I got everything I need on board, right? I got my Klein conduit cutters. I got my pouch here with my anti-short bushings. I got my wristband, also by Klein, with the screws, and over here, all my screwdrivers and pliers. So I think what I want to do before we move on to these ground faults is to finish up right here. Now here's the deal. These 3 switches are going to be for the 120 volt stuff. These 3 are going to be for the LED low voltage accent lighting. That's kind of how we separated them. I got power here, and I need to get it here. So remember in the last video, I said we're going to put some little raceways here out of 1/2 inch EMT. So I think that's our next step. We're going to remove this box and put in our conduit. Let's get it done. All right, before we take the box down, I'm going to measure in between the 2 boxes, and that's going to be the length of our EMT. 2 7/16, bud. Should I write it down? I always forget that stuff, huh? 2 7/16. All right, let's go cut those 2, and we'll pull this box out, pull the knockouts out, and that'll be it. This will be easy. Oops. Maybe a watermelon seed got in there. All right, that's all done, and that looks really good. Happy with that? But why don't we switch gears a little bit? Now that we're done with the lighting, let's work on the ground faults in the bathroom. Now they need to be on a dedicated circuit, and it just so happens the one I pulled out here for that old exhaust fan is a dedicated 20 amp. So that's the one I'm going to use for the ground faults in the bathroom. Now you guys are always talking about the code, the permit, the inspectors, OSHA this, OSHA that. Well, today is your lucky day because we have a scheduled inspection for today. In fact, I just heard him pull up. Dude, what is that over there?
What? What are you talking about?
What's up? I'm here for your inspection. All right, the inspector left. Now we were having some fun. We know we got a bunch of building inspectors that watch our channel, and we appreciate those guys and those gals out in the field making sure everything is done right. And just wait till we get to Texas on the stud pack house. We're going to be having inspections like every other day probably, right, Jordan?
That's right.
All right, let's tackle our next project, ground faults. All right, guys, if you remember from the beginning of the project, this LB faced all the way back to that back wall, and this powered that exhaust fan that pulled all the fumes out of the paint booth right here. We don't use that anymore, so I have a dedicated 20 amp circuit, like I said, for the ground faults. We're gonna demo all this, and I'm gonna mount this box on the end of this piece of conduit. Then we're gonna come out of the back of the box through the holes I've already drilled for our MC cable to power up the ground fault. So let's pull this wire off, pull off that LB and this fitting. Gotta cut the conduit a little bit, and we're good to go. Box is all installed, and we already ran the MC through the holes we drilled yesterday. Now we just got to make up that box. Cool, nice and clean. All that's left is the last one, but you know what, dude? Why don't you do it? You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's get it.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Yep. The one nearest. There,
Right.
there you go.
Right. Come on.
You don't need that many tools, do you? What do we got?
You really don't?
Slotted screwdriver.
Right.
Square drive. The lineman's and our cutter.
Right.
Cutter's next.
Cutter is next. So I see you using your thumb.
Exactly.
You kind of pull it down so you don't have too much slack in the wall.
Correct.
So I know I'm going to cut towards my thumb.
And,
so I'm going to open this sucker up. But
and the red dot on there.
right is where my thumb is.
Exactly. That's the cut line. Huh?
Right. So we're going to clamp down. So the funny thing about watching you is that it's just learned knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yep, and you'll feel when it goes through.
Oh, yeah.
It's much easier. Yep.
There it is. I'm through. Yep. So it's just a bunch of learned knowledge, but then when you actually get on the tools yourself, that's the applied knowledge, right?
Yeah, just rotate it. There
Yep.
you go.
Got it. So I could watch and I could know the process, but my muscles don't know what to do as well as yours, so
Yep.
it's that applied knowledge.
It's time for your anti-short.
Yep.
There you go.
I probably can't do that with one hand. I guess I have to slide it in, huh?
Nope, it's split. You
Really?
can just- yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know how much they were going to give me on that.
Perfect.
Nice. Boom, anti-short is secured. All right, now we're going for the connector.
Correct.
I already looked.
And we like to back the screws out right
Yep.
beforehand, so it's all ready to go.
Perfect. I actually did that when you weren't looking,
Yep.
because I was like, I'm going to get this ready for Dad. And then you're like, you do that one. I'm like, hey, I just helped my future self right there.
There you go.
Okay, make sure that red tab goes through. I mean, for the inspector, right?
Right.
Right. Did I put it on the wrong way?
You sure did. That's why it's not going through. I thought I saw you check it, but
Yeah.
then it ended up the wrong way.
Yeah, there's that applied knowledge I was talking
I
about.
still do that.
That's true.
Yeah, that plastic. There you
Yeah.
go. We got it.
It's kind of a pain.
Yep, once you're seated all the way.
Yeah, I'm seated.
Okay.
Now we're going in. I mean, I could cut that right now. I might as well.
That being the plastic sheathing, right?
Right.
All right.
Slide this in.
And you're going to tighten the screws later.
Yeah.
It's easier when it's like that.
Right. This ring can be annoying sometimes,
It can be.
especially from watching you for the past 2 days struggling with it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it on there.
Inside a box, upside
Boom.
down.
And now
backwards.
I can tighten the ring and the screws at the
There
same
you go.
time.
Nice.
So I'm probably gonna tighten the ring then the screws.
All right.
Yeah. So we're going clockwise.
Other way, bud.
Really?
Yep. If I'm thinking right, from where
That's-
I am. Yep.
spinning that
that's
way?
Right. Yep. Yep.
Let's counterclockwise.
So the only disadvantage is this is going to turn a little, and then you can't put your screwdriver in there.
Right.
So I'm going to hold it.
Okay.
All right, now you
Okay.
ready?
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. Just tighten this down. I like the two-handed right there.
Yep.
Feels faster. Now get a couple Couple ratchets down on it. Cool.
All right, and I got you 2 single hole straps right there.
Okay, perfect.
And the drill's at your feet, and I got 2 screws on my wristband.
That's right.
There you go.
I'll do the bottom one, then the top one.
Yep.
And what is it, 8 inches? Or 4 inches? I think it's 8, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Boom. 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 Boom.
Nice.
Okay.
So what would you say? Is that easier than Romex? Or?
Well, hold on. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. This is the last step right here.
Yep. Curl those up. Fold them in the box.
Yep.
Way inside so the drywall guys don't get it with their router.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Simple enough.
Yep. Not bad, right?
Not at all.
Romex a little easier, but this stuff is very user-friendly, I think.
Yeah, and it's like an easy step process. It's like you do this, then you do this, then you do this. And
But this is a must-have.
it is. And there are a lot of tools required. You said there's not, but I mean there is. With Romex, you just need your hands.
You could do the whole job with this.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. So a little bit more involved, but
And there's all kind of ways to cut the sheathing. Hacksaw, I've seen guys break it. I've seen guys nip it with the diagonal cutters, but this does a beautiful job, as you've seen.
cool, man. Simple.
All right, nice. All right, these are all done. We're hunted down. We have just a few more things to do. Now, right over here on our switch boxes, the bottom 3 switches, like we said, are going to control the accent lighting in the bathroom, which is going to be pretty amazing. Over here, we've got one. We briefly mentioned it, but we're not going to tell you exactly what it is. We have a whole video planned for that one, probably come out in a couple of weeks. This is going to be a lot of fun right here. This wall right here has this amazing like sunburst tile or like lightning, right, Jordan? And we're going to have LED strips highlighting that wall, so we need a switch for that. We just found out this weekend we got another accent we're going to put on the outside of the building. And this was going to be kind of a trick to wire it the way my friend wants us to wire it. But what I'm going to do, we're going to come back to this box and we're going to get our MC cable, run 3 switch legs up top in the attic space right over here. I'll probably mount a piece of plywood on the metal studs, and then whether we need a plug to plug in a transformer for some LEDs or whatever, we can make it work on that piece of plywood with the junction boxes. The key is getting the switch legs from here up top so we're done in here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna knock out 1, 2, 3 knockouts and run 3 MC cables just like this, up, over, and up into the attic. Rinse and repeat. Same thing we've been doing here. Let's get it done. All right, all our MC cable is nice and secure and it looks fantastic. So with that done, we're about 99% complete on the rough wiring. So why not 100%? Well, I'm looking out for the future stud pack, right? I'm looking out for future Paul and Jordan. What happens if my buddy, and this is probably gonna really happen, has something he wants to put on the outside here, controlled by a switch on the inside? Well, now I don't have a pathway. So I'm gonna run a piece of EMT, which is this, or maybe even some flex, which is this, and it comes empty like that. I could come off of this knockout right here, run that all the way up into the attic, and then I can run whatever wires I want from here to up top and wire anything my buddy throws at me. Now we got a ton of comments about all the switches we put right here, 6 in total, right? And normally we would agree with you that 6 switches is too many for a bathroom like this. But look guys, you don't know my buddy. I'm sure he's got all kind of neon signs that are 50 years old, LED lights, muscle car, gadgets and gizmos he's gonna wanna put all over this wall. In fact, the day after we did all this wiring right here and mounted these boxes, he comes to the shop and says, that looks awesome. I got something I wanna show you. So he goes into the back, I hear him rummaging around, banging and clanging everything, and he comes over here with this, a vintage traffic light. And as you can see on the red light, it actually has black letters that say wait. So that predates all of the pedestrian crossing signs that we're all familiar with, and those have been around for about 50 years. So it's pretty fitting to put this guy in this building because they're about the same age. Now my friend has already wired this up with a modern controller that is sequencing the lights just like you see here. But what he wants it to do, he wants the green to come on when nobody's in the bathroom, and it's like, come on in. And then he wants the red light to come on when somebody's in there and you have to wait. And the yellow light, well, maybe that just means proceed with caution or enter at your own risk. But I'm a traffic light controller noob. I have never done this before, so we're gonna turn it over to you guys and see what kind of controller we need, what kind of switch do we need to make that traffic light do what we want it to do. But a couple things we got going for us right now. We got plenty of room in our boxes, and we got plenty of wires, and we'll have a spare raceway just in case. So while y'all start to think on a solution for the traffic light, let's talk about LED lights, because it's part of the electrical system too, and we got to figure out some wire routing right now. We're going to have a niche in the back, kind of a niche, but not really, and it's going to be framed in LED lights. And over here on this wall, behind the toilet and the urinal, we've got some beautiful tile, and we want to highlight it with some LEDs from the ceiling, kind of washing the tile and making it pop. Now, we've done LED lighting on the channel before, but again, we were kind of noobs. We just glued the strip to a piece of wood and called it good. You could see the dots from the LED. We didn't have a diffuser, so we want to up our game in this video. So I ordered a big old sample pack of LED channels from Canoga Park, California. They just came in the other day, and we got them all laid out on a table outside. Let's go check them out. Well, here they are, gang, a whole box of samples of LED channels and diffusers. I got these from LED Supply in Canoga Park, California, and these things are pretty incredible. And they're gonna help us out in a bunch of ways. Number one is adhesion. What I mean by that is we can mount an LED strip to this aluminum, nice and secure and strong, instead of just some dusty drywall or some paint or some wood, and it's gonna come off. And the other thing that some of these do is they actually have heat sinks on the back. Check that out. If heat is going to be a problem, you would use a profile like those. And I love these two over here at the end. These are corner profiles. If you're putting them inside of a cabinet or underneath the cabinet, those are great. And I love all the diffusers, different widths. Check those out. That's going to help us from getting all those bright spots. Now, of course, these have a protective paper over them, but you can see how nice that's going to look right there. And check out these two right here. They're on this track. So you can mount the track to the wall or wherever, and then snap in your LED after the fact. Here's the same thing, it's just a little bigger. You can either slide in from the end like that, you can slide it in, or it'll snap in from the front. Pretty cool, huh? Now check these two out on the end. These are mud-in flanges. Your drywall would go underneath. You'd probably glue this on, or I guess you could staple it. And then your drywall mud is gonna come up right to that little ridge right there, so that this looks like it's buried in the drywall. Woo. I kind of got a funny feeling like we're gonna be ordering hundreds of feet of this one for the stud pack house in Texas. Can't wait for that. And this one is pretty cool. We might actually use this one. I'm gonna take a knee here, something like that, drywall on the top, again, mudded in over the flange, and it's like a wall washer. Or you could put it like that on a wall, coming up, all kind of possibilities. So we're fired up about these. We can't wait to pick the profiles we want, order them, and then install it. It's gonna make our job a lot easier. And after rough plumbing is completed, the next step for us is all the water lines. And you know what? I am pretty tired of soldering copper. I've been doing it a long time, so we are going PEX on this one. I have never fooled with PEX before, and we are super excited to try it in this bathroom so we can get proficient at it, so when we get to the stud pack house, we can fly and run the stud pack house completely in PEX water supply lines. And the other thing about running PEX, you know, I figured it's time to put away my old school ways and kind of get with the times, right, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Maybe we can go get you a new phone after this.
Look, my iPhone 8 with the shattered back works perfectly fine. So we're gonna wrap it up right there, gang. We appreciate all the support of the channel. And don't forget to leave your comments on how we should wire up that traffic light. And speaking of the traffic light, we wired up a green light right there at the bottom for you. You're good to go to smash that like button for us. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to leave us a comment and ask a question, and we'll see you on our next Stud Pack video.